All right, y'all. We are back here on the O'Shea Blogcast. Here with my man JR Wisdom, an up and coming YouTuber.
What's happening? What's happening?
What's up, JR Wisdom?
Hey, what's happening, brother? What's good?
Man, nothing much. We just out here chilling and doing a hangout. I want to recognize JR Wisdom. He's come a long way on his channel. For many of you, you see him in particular in the comment sections and things like that all the time. He's always participating in the chat. And the brother hit over 1,000 subscribers. And he's a very, very, very talented brother, up and coming. I suspect by the end of the year he'll be, one of the top guys we have here in the Black manosphere. But the brother also has some knowledge that he can share on today's topic. And it's called Dealing with Crazy Baby Mama. So before we get into that, JR, kind of just introduce yourself and let everybody know what's going on here.
Basically, if y'all for those of y'all who've been following me, or y'all seen me in there, I'm pulling my screen back up. It just went out, O'Shea. For those of y'all who've been following me, I've been married previously, and obviously I don't want to call her my baby mother. She's my ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times with these crazy baby mothers, you never know, because everything starts good, and you never suspect initially that the relationship is going to turn out the way it is. You know what I'm saying? I was married for since 2002. I married at a young age too. I was 19 years old when I got married. And from then on, I was in the military traveling and things of that nature. And sometimes, you never know this person that you with all this time, or even if you just meeting a woman that you may see in the club out and about or dating, you end up having a child with this person. This person could change any given day, man. It's like, and that's what happened in my case. I was contracting overseas in Afghanistan, and I was going for like 2 years back and forth, and I came back, and she just started hanging around the a different crowd than what she was accustomed to, and basically just changed up. She was a different person. I didn't even know who she was anymore. So having to deal with that, I was put in a position where unlike other men, there's a very small percentage. I have custody of my 3 kids. I have full custody for that matter of fact. And I have a crazy baby mama of my ex-wife, even though I got custody of my kids, and just dealing with that. And now we've been divorced since December. And since we've been separated since 2014, me and her still don't speak. We still don't talk. We still don't get along. And it's not, so much based upon me not wanting to communicate, because I think that's the best thing for anybody who has issues with their baby mother, is to have a good relationship. I mean, even if somebody moves on, you should be mature enough at the end of the day as an adult to be able to have a cordial relationship, high and by whatever. But when you get to that point where your relationship is that estranged, where you can't even talk about the health of your kids, your kids' schoolwork, and because there's someone that's that vindictive or that hurt or whatever, it's just time to move on past that, and that's what we see a lot of times. And that's just one of them. I moved on from that relationship after that, and to be honest, before I was even divorced, I had moved on, because of everything. And I had met another young lady, and me and her have a daughter together, and that has its own issues in itself with dealing with that. Just having a different one, you know what I'm saying? But me and her are on good terms, unlike that. But we had, bumps and bruises as far as getting threats, threatening, which is the biggest thing. I hear from a lot of brothers, they getting threatened to be put on child support, and a lot of brothers are actually paying child support technically out their own pocket without having be put on it through, a local agency, Department of Social Services, or having the court put you on it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just some women who are so vindictive. They just want to, do these things, or basically have a man, destroy a man in the process by putting them on support. Which basically, if he's on support to the point where he can't even provide for himself, or he put in jail, how does that help you at the end of the day?
Right.
You
So
know
let me
what I mean?
ask you this: a young man, 2002.
Right.
Seems like at that time you knew what you wanted to do in life. You wanted to go to the military. Where's your parents at? Or what are people saying when you say, I want to get married to this chick? And how did y'all even meet? So I guess the first question is, how
Gotcha.
did you meet? And then what was your parents' response or people who knew you about you getting married at such a young age?
Well, well, I know as strange as this sounds, I know I always kind of like wanted a family because I had a broken family. I'm from, for those of you who do watch my channel, for those of you who don't, I'm from South Carolina. I'm from a small town outside in South Carolina, outside of Charleston. So I've always wanted to leave this state, and that was my reason for joining the military. I was raised by a single mother, even though my father lived in the same town. My mother is black and my father is white. So he was one of those white men in the town. This is down south. This is South Carolina. A racist. But he loved black women, even though he was still married. So he was quite a philanthropist, to say, and he was dealing with several black women in the community. So I was raised by my mother as a single parent, so I couldn't wait to get out of here. And I saw my sister join the military and how her lifestyle was, so that was my ticket to get out of South Carolina, is join the military. So I joined the military at 18, and they sent me, I think my first not I think my first assignment was in Korea. They sent me to Korea, and that's where I met my wife, who was also in the military at that time. So she was young, just like me. She's from Los Angeles, Monterey Park, and she, she was kind of like looking to get away, just like me. So we kind of met each other, and we clicked. And in the military, it's only a 1 year tour in Korea, so you're going to separate after that when you go to your next duty station. So at that young age, I really liked this girl or loved this girl, so I thought, and I just asked her to marry me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that goes. But as far as me getting married, my mother really didn't have much to say about that. My father definitely, didn't care for the most part. He was just glad he didn't have to pay child support, I guess, or he didn't. I was no longer his responsibility at that point. So as far as me getting married, nobody. I had people who say, you're kind of too young, you might want to wait, but I did what was right for me at the time and what I thought was good, for me. So
Let me ask you this. So you after 2002, you're in the military.
right,
You get married, right?
right.
Now, and then at some point, you're married, but she goes to one location and you go to another location.
No, we both from Korea. We both get put on the same assignment to Germany.
Okay.
So we both go to Germany together as a married couple. And we
Okay.
spend 3 years over there. So that's how that happened. You know.
Now, when you said that at some point you went to Afghanistan, right?
Right. After I got out the military, yeah.
Okay, so you got out of the military and went back.
Yeah, I was deployed, and when I was in the military, I was stationed in Fort Bragg back in 2007, and I deployed while I was in the military at Fort Bragg with the 82nd Airborne Division. And I got out of the military in 2012, and I went straight into contracting as a government contractor
Oh,
over
okay.
in Afghanistan. So that's how that happened. And that was 2012, which I moved from Tacoma, Washington, back here to, Charleston, South Carolina, where I'm currently at. So while I was in Afghanistan, she stayed here, obviously, and took care of the boys while I was in Afghanistan. Obviously being the breadwinner, making the money. You
They
know,
make a lot of money. Those contractors, right?
that's correct, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, I had a boy who was doing that in Honduras. He's making about 10 grand a month.
Yeah. But this is a combat zone, so that's pretty good for Honduras. I don't know what he was doing, but when you're in a combat zone like Afghanistan or Iraq, you get the hazardous duty pay, and you're working like 84 hours a week because you're working every day of the week, 12 hours a day. So definitely you're making a lot of money over there.
Okay, so let me ask you. So you got out of the military. You're trying to provide for your family. So you actually go into one of the probably most dangerous places in the world to make money for your family. Is that right?
That's correct.
And now you're telling me that when you got back, after you've been risking your damn life, working 84 hours a week for how many years you were in Afghanistan, you noticed that this person is now acting different.
Yeah, because she basically what happened was and I don't, I'm not trying to plug my book on your channel, but I talk a lot about this,
And plug it.
how it happened in there. Um, and basically she started hanging out with I have two sisters that live here. One is, a sister that me and her share the same father. One is a sister where we share the same mother. She started hanging out with the sister who was married to a simp who basically partied and slept with other men. So my sister basically got it in her head while I was gone that it was that she shouldn't have to listen to a man. She should enjoy her life. A man doesn't tell you what to do. As basically, she told her husband what to do. Her husband was a straight up, he's a straight up beta male. He was a simp at the end of the day. And she went out whenever she wanted, and she came home whenever she wanted, and you know, she basically was fucking other men, when she went out. So my wife had saw this behavior and the freedom that this woman was an alpha male, and after constantly putting in her head, hey, you need to live this same way, don't let this man do this, she started going out while I was in Afghanistan and leaving the kids home alone. That I later found out, and my
Wow.
kids at the time were like 8, 7, and 6, or like, yeah, like that age. She was leaving them home alone. So basically, what I believe, she devised a plot at the end of the day to get me back home. My youngest son has ADHD, so she couldn't handle him because she was trying to balance this party lifestyle, raise kids, go out, and it was becoming overwhelming for her. So I believe she devised this plot for me to come back. She begged me. She kept, like, for 6 months prior to I came back, she kept begging me to come back home, and I finally was like, okay. I kept telling her I'm not ready to come back. You know, I'm not established as far as in the States, and my bank account I felt wasn't where it should have been, to come back and things of that nature. So, she kept wanting to do this. So I finally just gave in, and I was just like, okay, I'll come back. So I came back, and this was after I was seeing stuff on social media, her out partying, her twerking in the club, and all this crazy stuff.
Mhm.
And I came back, and basically she had that attitude like, you're not going to tell me what to do. You're no longer the man in the house, man of the house, blah, blah, blah. And basically she just up and left like a month later after I got back. Keep in mind, at this time, I'm unemployed because I just quit this job or resigned from this job. I'm unemployed, still in the process of finding a job. So she up and leaves. Luckily, I still saved up a bunch of money I had in my bank account to live off. And she just ups and leaves, and I'm, left with taking care of these 3 kids. And she goes and, to live that party lifestyle. So she moves in with another woman who she used to party with, which was like 10 years older than her, and basically cut all ties. Said she didn't want to have anything to do with me, and she was like, fuck the kids, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? And that begins my journey of trying to get a divorce from her, which was an incredibly long, difficult process that I don't recommend for anybody unless you do it, you know, through the church. As far as signing that government contract, you're signing your life away and you're setting yourself up, and you're putting yourself through litigation that's really unnecessary at the end of the day, you know.
Let me ask you this, because maybe you can answer it now. What kind of money did you give up in Afghanistan?
Man,
Roughly.
and I hate talking about it, but I think about it every day. I was making, which I don't know, you probably you have so many different viewers that they probably might say this might not be a lot, but I was making roughly 8,300 a month, and that's tax free. So that's what I gave up, to come back. And in South Carolina, we have like the lowest wages out here, and in the country for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You're lucky, which I've done better. I've progressed since then, but you're lucky coming over here. A lot of people consider $12 and $13 good pay an hour. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I was making about 125,000 a year over there. You know,
Wow, tax
so
free.
Yeah, well, it's tax free up to 95,000, I believe. You know.
Oh, okay. So if you're working overtime, you're getting paid even more.
Yeah, I mean, it's overtime comes with the job because you're working every day. You see what I'm saying? So you
Uh,
have to work every day. I got to come home every 90 days, which was the good thing about my contract. I came home every 90 days. They paid for my ticket to Dubai because you fly from Afghanistan straight to Dubai, and the same way coming back in whenever you leave. So they paid for my ticket to there, and they give you like a vacation stipend, which is like uh $3,500 or $4,000 every 3 months.
Man,
So
you get paid that plus that extra money.
yeah, you get that every 90 days. Basically, it's basically to make up for the money because you don't get paid while you're on vacation. You know what I'm saying? You make your basic hourly rate on based on a 40-hour work week when you're on vacation. So they kind of use that to supplement what you would have been making if you were still in Afghanistan. So they'll pay you like, that's just my contract. Other contracts have different stipulations. Some people can only go home every 6 months. Some people can maybe go home every 4 months. But my contract, I could go home every 3 months. So
Let me do this while we're here. We want to once again, DR Wisdom. Like I said, brother T, you guys 1,000 plus subscribers. I want everybody to subscribe to his channel. I'm going to put his channel here in the comment section of the chat. What I wanted you to do is once you click on his YouTube channel, hit subbed and like it. I want you to like the channel, hit the bell, subscribe. There's a lot of good information. He's a brother that's been through a whole lot of stuff. So that way he can tell you about it. Some of you men are going through child support issues. Some of you men are going through certain particular situations. This man has a life experience, a PhD in a lot of things that a lot of men haven't experienced ever in life. So what we want to do is go ahead and subscribe to JR Wisdom. Click the link in the comment section. Go ahead and say sub so I know how many people we have subbed to this channel. Also, we got 92 watching. I will appreciate if you Negroes will like this damn video. 38 likes, 92 watching. Come on, y'all. Y'all know that's how we don't do that here. Let's go ahead and get the likes up because we have a great show. Thank you, Donnell, for subscribing to for JR Wisdom.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you, boy, for subscribing. All right, that's 2. So let's go ahead here and do this. Hold on and keep going. So first of all, what I want to do is let's talk about now afterwards. What made you decide that you want to go to YouTube? Because I mean, after you went through all of these things, what made you decide to make a YouTube channel?
Well, ironically, it was my daughter's mother. My baby mother, so to speak. My daughter's mother. She encouraged me because she says, you know, kind of like you. I guess people look at you like you crazy with a lot of your opinions, O'Shea. So she told me, and as well as other people, I'm very opinionated, on a lot of issues that aren't conventional opinions of other people. But she just kept telling me, yo, you need to get on YouTube, you need to get on YouTube and things of that nature. So I kept putting it off for a while. Then I was like, you know what, when me and her wasn't really talking anymore and I was going through all the threats that she was threatening to put me on child support and stuff like that, even though I was paying. I was like, you know what I got to lose at the end of the day? I'm gonna go ahead and do it, man. And so I just decided just to hop on there and just, start, pumping out videos. And I think I came across, a few of yours, and that's when I contacted you. I think especially like one about I think you were talking about, dysfunctional women giving the silent treatment as a ways of punishing you. I forgot the name of the video, but you were doing that one, and I was like, this guy is telling my life right here, because that was, I've gone through that with my previous wife. You know what I'm saying? But that's in a nutshell, not to be long-winded, but that's what was the catalyst that made me want to go ahead and get the channel started. You know what I'm saying?
Let me talk about the silent treatment. But before we do that, let's talk about that. Talk about
Yeah.
the silent treatment and how that affected you, because a lot of men go through it. A lot of men don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Talk about that in great detail if you can, so we can
Yo,
give some advice and pointers to the brothers out there.
man, if And O'Shea, if y'all, I don't know the name of the video O'Shea did, but if y'all check it out, if he might be able to find it. But basically, when you sometimes when you're in a relationship with a woman, and basically if you might go through an argument or whatever reason, or you guys maybe fall out and you're no longer talking, and you may, and that's not so much the case with mine, but it does happen with someone where you may be neglecting the woman and you realize something later on, or you guys break up or you're trying to get her back, or maybe she did something wrong and you're trying to call her up and get some information and she's just not responding. So you fall into this cycle of blowing her phone up, you know, she's not answering. And that's basically, I come to terms that it could be maybe you're in control, but it could be just she's using that as a form of control, to drive you crazy. And I think you said that in your video. She's trying to drive you crazy by making you, and she's showing it. She's showing all the phone calls to all her friends. You probably spamming her with text messages, cursing her out 1 minute, saying, "You stupid bitch, I know you fucking this other dude, you sucking this other dude dick, da 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 da," going off, going ham. And I know a lot of those text messages that I sent was she tried to use that in court and our divorce stuff. You know what I'm saying? But that's just part of it. Is she trying to charge you up emotionally and get you turned up to the point, and you don't you wondering what is she doing, and by her not responding, it's like a form of disrespect to you. It's like the ultimate disrespect. Or you hitting her up with these text messages, she ain't responding to no text messages, and it's really something like, if you sit back and look at it objectively, what are you doing it for? If somebody don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you, and you shouldn't make yourself look stupid trying to make a person talk to you, like being an asshole, calling the phone or texting her several times, and then you go from with what I would like to say that bipolar behavior. You calling her this 1 minute, then next minute you telling her you in love with her, or you can't live without her, or I'm sorry, let's do this, let's go out on this date, I'll do this for you, I'll do this for you, trying to compromise, or just trying to you know get back in her good graces. But at the end of the day, man, like you said, O'Shea, in your video, chances are she's already moved on. She's already fucking somebody else. But and you need to swallow that pill and just come to terms with it. Because at the end of the day, that's more than likely that's what it is. Because somebody will make time for anybody. If you're really interested in somebody, or if you really want to talk to somebody, regardless, you'll make time for them. And that's not a good way of trying to win somebody back by giving them a silent treatment. Because you creating a monster, you creating a beast at the end of the day, especially a man that have bad tempers. A man might kill your ass, you know what I'm saying? Or might, when he see you, might run up on you and do something crazy. You never know. You know what I'm saying? Because some men can't take that rejection or things of that nature. And I know it's infuriating, but follow Shay's advice. You gave the perfect advice, man. Let that shit go. It ain't even worth it. Texting, if you text once, ain't no response, going about your business, man.
Let me ask you this, because you had the situation with your ex-wife,
Right.
who gave you the silent treatment, and you had to go through kind of a learning curve with that.
Right.
Have you experienced it since then with anybody else?
Dating out here, it's a cold world, but I come to, after getting that in my head and dating and talking to different women, I talk about something. I got a video called the Tyrone effect, and I base that upon this cycle of dating that a lot of men find themselves in. It's on my channel, where you basically, I kind of look at dating and especially life as a series of people chasing out at the other people who don't feel the same way about them. And it's like a constant cycle. You'll feel some way about a person that you're chasing, but they don't feel the same way, but they feel a certain way about a person that they're chasing. And it's like this constant cycle. So as far as texting, yeah, I've come across women trying to text them or go out or plan a date, and you don't hear anything. But like you said, I'm not going to be persistent. That's it. If I don't hear back from you, that's it. If I get the silent treatment, if I text you once or maybe twice at the most. But after that, nah, we don't play that. It's so easy for a woman to just say, and for any of your women subscribers or viewers listening, to just tell a man you're not interested. Don't give a man your number and just tell a man you're not interested instead of leading the man on. It's just that simple. You know, you show an interest. Just tell a man, yo, I don't think this is gonna work. And a lot of times, if a man, unless he's just an idiot to be persistent, you know, he'll leave you alone. Just tell him you're just not interested.
Let me
And
ask
a lot
you
of these issues can be prevented, huh?
you make a great point that women can just tell a man they are not interested. And here's the thing: a lot of women, I've heard women say this. I don't know how true this is. Like within the first few seconds, woman can tell if she's gonna fuck you or not. That's what they say.
Exactly. You're right.
But why don't you feel that women, even though they know that they are not interested in you and don't want to spend any time with you at all, why can't they just tell you, I'm not interested?
I think women just need attention. But women say they want to be loved, but I just think, they just need attention. And I'm not saying all women are freaks for attention. And I think you said it on your channel too. Women will take attention even if it's a bum on the street. You know what I'm saying? You said something like that. It could come from anyone. They want attention from no fat, skinny man, nerdy man, other women. They don't care who it's from. So maybe they might be getting that attention that they may not be getting from Tyrone. Tyrone may be at home. And I was telling this to some other girls last week. I sat down with a group of women. We was having wine and whatnot, and they invited me to their table. And they know this at heart. A lot of these women go out on dates. Want to feel pretty, want to feel sexy, want to be taken out, want to be, courted. But Tyrone is at home on Xbox playing video games, smoking weed, and he don't want to do that shit. She'll just come home and Tyrone will get the ass at the end of the day. She'll come home to Tyrone, but while you out whining and dining her, showing her a good time, taking her all the places Tyrone won't take her. And, she'll just tell you, I had a good night. Thanks for taking me out. And go back on to Tyrone, and Tyrone on the PlayStation or Xbox when she walks through the door and just looks at her and just, tells her, yo, you need to come hop on this real quick. I know you had a good time out. And that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And this goes on, and a woman at the end of the day, I guess she really can't help who she's attracted to or who she's in love with.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just how it is. Oh, she wants that attention. She wants Tyrone to be Romeo. She wants Tyrone to be you. You doing all these things, you spending money, trying to impress this woman, but that's all it is at the end of the day. And I've been that guy, at times. Not Tyrone, but I've been that guy trying to impress a woman or trying to show a woman, that I'm attracted to her, and I would like to start something with her. And sometimes that's how it is. It's just and 9 times out of 10, there's a Tyrone at home or a Tyrone somewhere. Even I've dealt with women. I talk about this on my channel. Who I just recently found out that a woman was pregnant. She came to my house, got in bed with me, spooned with me, all that stuff, and I went for my move, and she wasn't with it. She called me. She sent me a long ass text message the next day, even though she wasn't like that night. And I just found out a few days ago she was pregnant and like far along. This was probably like three or 4 months.
What?
But she came over to my house to get that attention or whatever that I was giving her, and things of that nature. Same thing. I had a woman who was so attracted to a dude that was beating her ass. She had to go to work with black eyes and stuff like that. But dude wouldn't take her out nowhere, this and that. And I found this out later on. You know what I'm saying? But she would tell me, but she would like going to, music festivals, going out for wine, doing painting, wine and design, going out to different classes and stuff, doing shit like that. And but I even asked her, I went out with her one day and she was just like, yo, I'm still in love with this dude. And she started crying because I asked, I said, yo, you still in love? And this was her youngest son's father. She was like, and I guess this is another case I bet everybody's saying about dating single mothers and stuff like that. But yeah, she was still in love with her youngest son's father. You know what I'm saying? And she started crying right at the table and said, yeah, if he didn't beat my ass and if he didn't cheat on me, he'd be the perfect man. You know, you know, and I wish she was doing this stuff. Like I'm taking her, we going out doing all the shit she want to do and stuff like that. And you know, but I got stories for days about shit like that, man. About, you know, that's just the way it is. But you'll never really meet a woman who isn't already attached to a man in some shape or form. I don't care what a woman says. I think you made a video about that also, about no
Yeah.
woman is ever single, and that's the truth. As much as a woman says that I'm single, I'm this, I'm that, nah, she somehow got some attachment to another man, and some man she's involved with sexually. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's just the way it is. You know, as much as they'll say I'm celibate and I'm this and I'm that, nah, you know, that's mine. I've run into so many situations similar to that, you know, and it's
We
crazy.
can talk about those too, because I gotta go. That's actually still on my channel. It is locked away right now, and it's still on private. I gotta release those. I got so many classics on those videos. I forgot I even made that video, but it's true. I think what we need, what men need to understand, what JR is getting across, is when a woman tells you that, oh, I'm single, I don't have a man. Like as men, what we think is, oh shit, I'm single.
Right.
I'm like, what was he? Because for
Right.
most dudes, I mean, let's be real. Most 80 to 85% of dudes, when they are single, they have nobody. Then they
Right.
get no ass. They ain't got nobody they can go hit nothing with, nothing. Like when I came to Poland, nigga, I didn't have shit. Just jacking off every night. Just lotion, everything. Fuck it.
Right. Just in a bunch of inboxes.
That shit, I'm like, oh shit, well, I ain't got nobody with my goddamn right hand. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When a woman says that she's single, though, dudes, we process it as, oh shit, she's jacking off too. No. See, what she means is single, oh, like somebody hasn't committed to me, but somebody is still, you know.
If you look at O'Shea, and this is what I point out to a lot of people also, especially for those of you who are on Facebook, social media, Instagram, you will rarely see a woman with her boyfriend or with her significant other. Every woman, not every woman, but most women on social media are taking selfies by themselves, and they go on trips, and they're always on trips by themselves. But you wonder who's taking the picture a lot of times, you know, or where the dudes at. These women have dudes in there, you know, and I know a lot of these women too. They have dudes, boyfriends or whatever, but you'll never see the boyfriend. You know, you'll always see her in the pictures, and it's like this this issue or this agenda to present yourself as single, you know, to keep up, I guess, to keep the likes up, so to speak. You know, because I you know, I hear a lot about, and even some women I know, they say once they reveal that they got a boyfriend, you know, they stop getting messages from guys. Guys stop liking their pictures, stuff like that. But those likes are like drugs, you know what I'm saying? And in order to keep that going, man, in order to keep that high, you know, you gotta, you know, keep up the you know, be like you're single. You have to act like you're single. Portray yourself as single. So,
Have you did a video on that before?
huh?
Have you did a video on this? What you just said?
I did a video on likes, you know, is a drug. You know, I forgot the title of the actual video, but it's like basically likes being a drug, and I think my thumbnail is of someone snorting, like they're snorting cocaine, but they're snorting Instagram likes is the thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's called like a freak for attention, having no moral compass, and that's what you see a lot of times. I know we're, you know, branching off on something else, but in this age of attention, you know, these freaks for attention will do almost anything, you know, especially on Instagram and social media, television, whatever, anything to get the likes, showing off more skin or whatever, things of that nature, you know, and that's just the way it's going, you know, just to get that attention.
I'm gonna produce a video based off the single Instagram thing, because that actually happened to me before. I ain't gonna lie. I was with a chick in Las Vegas, didn't know the chick was married, taking pictures of her, and she was posting after she's by herself. So you gave me a good idea. I'm gonna cite you on it as a source. I'm gonna produce that classic probably tomorrow, but not right now.
Shit, my ex-wife was doing that when I was in Afghanistan. She had her own Instagram page. I know I got a friend of mine. He and I made a video about, you know, him trying to make his marriage work. with his wife, and he's supposed to be going to overseas. He's doing his last 3 years in the military, and his wife doesn't want to go with him. His wife is German. She's a German citizen, but she lives in the States now,
Mhm.
and they're in North Carolina, and she wants to stay and turn up in the States while he's going 3 years in Italy. They got two kids together. He wants to be with her and the kids, but she don't want to go with him. So I told him, I said, hey man, if she don't want to do that, if a woman don't want to be with her husband, over there, especially she's from Europe. It's not like she's from the States. She's from Europe.
Right.
So,
Mm.
she don't want to go with him. I was like, yo, you got to wrap it up, man. She's ready to turn up. And I look on her Instagram page, and she's portraying herself as single, on her Instagram page. And she's married. Not one picture of this guy, you would think she's single. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
You gave me a great idea, man, for a whole 15-minute. Thank you for that. Let me do this. Thank you. Shout out to Lamb Max, man, for that donation of $10, making a player rich. I appreciate you. I think that you and Lamb Max, J.R. Wisdom, y'all both have met each other on my channel, so both you subscribe to each other. He also has a good channel. Listen, man, I hate to do this, but brother, I need some brothers to drop I need 5 brothers to drop $5 so I can get me some from Popeyes, nigga. Let me get a biscuit. You know what? Give me $1 in the envelope. No, but thank you. Give me 50 cents. Nigga, give me something. Give me a like. All right, listen. Y'all don't give me no money. Give me a like. Get the likes up, all right? I got 136 watching, 84 likes. We having a good discussion, good information. All I'm asking you to do right now is give me a like. I can't get no biscuits. Nigga, I can't get no hot sauce package, nothing. Give me like the video, nigga. Like the video. 134 watching. Ain't that right, Donnell? Man, nigga, like the video, man. Come on now. Niggas are stingy. Y'all the type of niggas that will steal communion wine and ask the preacher where is that? You know, the kind of niggas will steal something and try to help you find it. Come on, man, get the damn likes up. All right. Listen, here, let's talk about some more things, because your outlook on life is a lot different than I'm sure what it was in 2014. What is your whole idea about black men getting married? Hold on a second. JB is damn 979. Thanks, brother. I was just asking for some hot sauce, nigga. You gave me 20. Appreciate you, player. Thank you, man. I appreciate you so much. JB is 979. Let me get a bounce. Thank you, brother. But as far as J.R. Wisdom, what's your outlook on marriage? And what are you telling the brothers now and people on your channel about marriage? What's your ideas about this now going forward, being, you did what you've been through?
Well, we live in a capitalistic society, OJ.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think, and just the same way about you never know about your baby mama being crazy initially. Some of you fools might know ahead of time, and you still want to get with her anyway because y'all think she bad. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might just want to get her pregnant because she bad, hoping you can keep her. But as far as marriage goes, a lot of stuff that I've learned by being put through hell for 2 years, over 2 years trying to get a divorce, is that this judicial system, the family court within that, is a monster. If you don't know, for those of you who have been or maybe divorced or maybe trying to get custody or child support, you've been put on child support. A family court judge is the most powerful judge in all of the judicial system. They're almost omnipotent. They have almost limitless power. They can make a decision even if it's against laws that are put in place, just as they see fit, that when they sit on that bench or whatever. So the way I see marriage, this concept of a certificate is just grounds for you to enter litigation, within this society, this government that we have, for permission for them to run you through the ringer. There's so much stuff that people think a marriage. I don't know about most states, about you guys other states, but I know in my state you only have to pay $150 to get divorced. That's for the marriage certificate, the final hearing. That's all. That's all. I mean a divorce. I don't know if I said marriage earlier, but to get divorced, marriage maybe cost you maybe 20, 30 bucks to get married. To get divorced is 150 bucks to file it, right?
Mhm.
There's so much involved once you get property, once you have children, you know, things of that nature where you can get drugged. I'll give you an example. And this is how crazy it is, right? Because family court tends to be lean more they're more on the side of women, bar none at the end of the day. So it's rare for a man like me to even get custody of his kids, especially full custody. You know, like I said, I went through over 2 years. I filed for divorce in January 2000. Just to give you an idea, January 2015, I filed for divorce. She left October 2014. I filed for that. I got full custody when I filed initially with a temporary hearing, and I got full custody, child support, and all that stuff. That's because she completely left the house and refused to help out with the kids. So I got all that. We could have been done in South Carolina. You have to be separated for a year. That's just another way for them to drag out and make more money through the legal system. You got attorneys, you have counselors, you have guardian ad litems, which if you have kids, you have most of the time if you contest in custody, you have to get a guardian ad litem, which can cost you thousands of dollars. Um, I had 3 attorneys. It took me 3 attorneys to get divorced. I had to, get 3 different attorneys. And because her means of punishing me was to stay married to me, even though she was fucking other dudes in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That was her way of punishing me to keep me from moving on. So we fast forward January 2015. A year later, we went before the courts because she refused to talk to my attorney about anything, even though she didn't have an attorney. We get back to the final hearing. She gets in front of the judge. She says she contests everything. So they throw the case out. They throw the divorce out at that point. This is January 2016, right? So I had to refile again for divorce with another attorney. So I had to pay another attorney because I fired that attorney, obviously. She still didn't have an attorney. We're trying to contact her, whatever. Da 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 da. We go through this whole motion or whatever. She refuses to communicate. Silent treatment. She finally gets a lawyer. Her lawyer is on the same page as her. Silent treatment. Not responding to my lawyer. So this can drag things out when you don't have a case. So they're asking for, because my daughter was born at this point in February 2016. They're asking for alimony, grounds of adultery, even though she was fucking all these other dudes in the street all this time. And I got pictures and all that stuff of her with other dudes and stuff. She wanted alimony. She wanted full custody of the kids, even though she hadn't been with the kids for a good 18 months at that point. Full custody. She wanted the houses. I got 2 houses. She wanted both of them. She wanted me to pay her alimony, even though she was working. And based upon my salary, ain't no way in hell. Child support, I can only see the kids when I want it. Even though I'm the one who was keeping the kids and have full custody, she's asking for all this crazy stuff, right? We go through all this, fast forward, back and forth. She's refusing to sign the papers and come to an agreement.
Mhm.
So finally, another thing, you have to go through mediation. Mediation is getting with another lawyer to sit in front of them. So that's $250 an hour at mediation. So not only are you paying your attorney to be there, you have to pay a mediator, and you have to pay a guardian ad litem. I had to hire a guardian ad litem because she contested custody, even though I had full custody and the kids were living with me. So I had to spend money on a guardian ad litem to prove that I was a good parent, that I had a place to for the kids to stay, even though they've been staying with me for almost 2 years. And
Wow.
she was living in a hotel. Let's keep that in mind. She's living in a hotel with no car, but yet I still had to pay for a guardian ad litem. So finally, we went through mediation, and she kept fighting me in mediation, and we finally came to an agreement. And I finally got divorced this past December after spending about $13,000 trying to get divorced. And this is divorcing a woman that left me now. I'm trying to divorce a woman that left me. And just something that could have cost $150 for her just to sign it, I spent $13,000 just trying to divorce her. And keep in mind, I'm raising 3 kids, spending money that could have been going towards our kids on her, just because she wanted to be a difficult, and I'm not gonna say the B word on here, but I would. Y'all know what I mean. She was just being difficult.
Bitch.
Hey, you got it. You got it. but she was being difficult, vindictive, all this stuff. Meanwhile, she had a boyfriend. She had a boyfriend, and her boyfriend, I said in my other videos, her boyfriend financed her attorney. Her boyfriend is an old sugar daddy simp. He's in his 50s. She's in her mid 30s. He paid for her attorney. He paid for her to fight me, for her to stay married to me. So I went through some shit with divorce, man. So I don't recommend, if you get married, do the way they used to do back in the day before the certificate. Get married before God, and that's it. Signing that paperwork, if you ever, and Dave Chappelle talks about this on his, if you watched any of his stand-up on Netflix, he talks about this, that marriage, despite you doing it for religious reasons, is just a way for people eventually that get tired of each other. One person do something wrong, they'll end up plotting on each other, jotting down notes, taking notes to see if you can take the other one down at the end of the day. To go through a horrible process, and it's a process. Unlike criminal court, you see good people on their worst behavior. People that you wouldn't think, somebody who you're in love with is a complete stranger that's trying to destroy you. There's been men who are homeless now. There's men who lost everything, lost every single dime, and their wife is laid up with another man in their house with their kids. And they've been taken down, basically feel like they don't have nothing else to live for. I think it's one guy, he's living in there's a story in the news. He's living in a camper, or RV, his friend's RV, and all kind of stuff, man. It's all types of stuff. Not saying it's just exclusive to men, but it's a lot of men who child support destroying. It's been guys, one dude, I think he's working at McDonald's. His paycheck was like $30, $50 after child support ripped him. You know what I'm saying? He just went to his baby mama's house and killed her. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. I just Singleton, thank you for the $25 donation. That's gonna buy me a lot of Popeye's chicken, man. Thank you. I just Singleton, man. He got to go back to the break, but thank you for dropping by. Also, again, thank you, JBiz979. Hey, we do this to bring the best content for Black men and men in general. Y'all know, I try to give this kind of content for you guys every day, as much as I can possibly do it. Let's get some more brothers in there, man. Can I get some brothers to get $5? Shit, I know I got at least 10 of y'all that got $5 that can help me get a milkshake or something in this motherfucker. Brother, brother, a couple y'all can drop $5. Somebody can drop $2. Nigga, somebody can drop some likes. Oh,
yeah, get the likes up. Likes. That's right. At least get the likes up.
You know what I mean? Some of you brothers will drop the money, but won't drop the likes. Get the likes. So we got 161 watching now. JR Wisdom is, taking out his personal time, giving a great interview, trying to educate brothers. He's an awesome YouTuber. And by the way, haven't you heard? He is taking subscribers. So what I want you to do is to go into the chat. Why don't you click the link? Okay. We had a lot of people that already subscribed to JR Wisdom. Click the link, subscribe to his channel, hit the bell, and then comment, Donnell, damn, $100. Donnell, bruh. Okay, let me
$100.
Bro, Donnell just gave a Donnell.
Yeah, I can't see it on here because I'm straight on the Hangout. I'm not even on YouTube.
I'm like, Donnell, man. I got a lot of love for Donnell. Donnell, I know he's one of the brothers. I responded to all his emails, man. Like, seriously. You showed me so much love, fam. I'm like, damn, man, you already gave me $100 last week.
Goodness. Oh man, that's what's up.
If that was an accident, let me know, man, because I know sometimes you can put some zeros in there, but thanks to Donnell supporting the Negro manosphere, man. It's really been supporting. My man, Open Mind, my boy, he's a manager of my Facebook group, even though I got suspended from there. Shout out to Open Mind. I've been knowing him a long time. I used to have a Facebook group called Planet O'Shea, right? I used to have a blog called planetoshaymac.com, but thank you. Donnell, my man, $100. Bro, you just gave him $100 like 2 days ago. Thank you again, man. Like, damn, he's rich. Appreciate it. Let's get back to JR Wisdom, though, all right? I need you, brothers, to go in the O'Shea blogcast, into the comment section. And I need you to subscribe to the brother here. All right. Rob Rico stupid. He didn't make no shit busting that nigga dumb. Go ahead and subscribe to my man here, BR Wisdom. So can y'all do that?
Appreciate it.
Post the link. Say subscribe, sub. I subbed him, sub to him. You know what I mean? Open Mom, we're gonna get you on here too, man. We get it popping. Thank you, Cool Coley. All right, that's enough chicken for a long time, man. Thank you so much, Dondell. Again, he's always supporting us. JR Wisdom, let me ask you this. When you first got with her, right, he's acted a certain way.
Right.
A lot of people think that a woman is not gonna change. She's always gonna act that way. Did you change? Because the woman will say, well, I changed because you changed.
I mean, I'm obviously I'm gonna be subjective about it, but I think that as far as the way my treatment of her never changed, because women say that they want a man to date them, you know, and when I had this, you know, to sit down with these ladies last week when I was talking to them, they want a man to, you know, to do the same things he did to get her, to keep her as well. Mm-hmm. So I never stopped doing that with my wife. I always, even though I was overseas, I would buy her gifts weekly. I would send her roses constantly. I would always be doing this, you know, just to try and, you know, let my wife know that I loved her or whatever. There was nothing that I ever stopped doing as far as that. Maybe she might have seen that, you know, but it was more so if a woman every situation is different, but for a woman to leave her kids, that tells you that it's not so much the man. You understand what I'm saying? If a woman just up and leaves her kids, her children, along with her husband, then it's not so much, in my opinion, in my estimation. It's just her wanting to live that lifestyle. She even told me that she needed to discover herself. She needed to be free. She wanted to figure out what she wanted to do in life. You know, and she, by living out here, I guess my sister put that battery in her back as far as her getting that attention. And even now, since she's been gone, she's been hosting clubs, partying in clubs, promoting clubs on flyers, you know, at clubs, and just living that lifestyle of being a freak for attention, you know, constantly wanting to be that club girl, which I talk a lot about. This is what's the lifespan for these women. And I got a video called the Robin Effect, because the lights are only going to shine for a certain amount of time. And if you're not established, especially when you're entering those twilight years, what I like to call the late 30s, mid to late 30s, if you're not established by your 40s and you start hitting that wall, you know, and you really don't, like, all you have is some kids to show, no property, no investment, no portfolio, no stocks, no nothing. And your looks are fading as well. As you know, the market value of a woman decreases with her age. You know, what is hosting a club? That's like a job for women in their 20s, you know, maybe early 30s. But when you're getting to that point, a lot of these women that you see working at clubs, you know, opposite, you know, strippers and all that other stuff, what really do they have to show for their time being spent, you know, selling sex in a club? When I say selling sex, I mean, you know, wearing these tight outfits, trying to sell drinks, getting, you know, being bottle girls in clubs. What do they have to show for it at the end of the day? I'm not saying that's, you know, all of them, you know, but most of them, you're still maybe living with your mom. You might not have your own place. Your mom might be taking care of your kids or whoever, and you really don't have anything to show for this. But that's your lifestyle, is becoming being a hostess in the club, or come see me at this club, or you're trying to attract men to this club, which doesn't really require a skill set, you know. So that's just the way I see stuff like that, and it goes on all too often. That's the lifestyle that she wanted. She wanted to be that girl that is, you know, pseudo, you know, the Paris Hiltons and the Kim Kardashians, to draw a crowd to a club and be the center of attention. If you can't sing, if you can't dance, but you can put on some makeup and you got somewhat of a shape, then I guess that is your talent, you know.
I want to shout out my boy Cornelius.
Yeah, shout out Cornelius.
$10. Thank you, player, man. I really, man, like I said, I got the best subscribers in the world. I was talking to JR Wisdom about that before. and we're building a subscriber base. I said 90% of my content is for black men. And black men have really supported me on this channel, supporting JR Wisdom. He also supports, and that's why we support, and that's why we support him back. We got some of the best fans and the best subscribers and the best brothers out there. And because brothers, that's why we're able to do the Negro Manosphere, man. That's the reason why I had that site built, was because when the brothers give, I give back. I try to give back as much as I possibly can, and you brothers definitely give. That's why the Negro Manosphere is what it is. I checked today, 707 confirmed email subscribers to the Black Juggernaut because of you brothers that put up the money to pay an administrator, to pay somebody to do the SEO, to pay somebody to write every day. This is like our 90th day with a blog post up. So once again, thank you, brothers, for what you do. We really appreciate you. We can bring professional people on here like Steve the Dean Williams, people like JR Wisdom, who's worked in the military, has great experience. So thank you. I appreciate that. JR,
what's happening?
Let me ask you concerning how you see women. Now you did have a baby mother situation after this, right? And like right. After you got here, how did that work out? What did you learn in that relationship that you didn't maybe learn in the one with the divorce?
I learned that because I did this prior to this, because after my divorce, and the thing about her, she knew about my situation. She knew I was separated. She knew I was getting a divorce, so she knew all the shit I was going through with her. So a lot of the things that I've learned is that you need to tell a woman up front what it is that especially if you're going to be living with a woman. And my baby mom, she had moved in with me, and my daughter, and she has a child also. So, I let her know, what I expected of her, and I wrote it down. I got this from someone to do this up front, to let her know, so there's no question or anything like that about what it is that you desire of her, what it is that you require of her, and have her do the same thing. So, I did that, and she was like, okay, I can do that. But then as months came by, nope, wasn't following through with that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't following through. And I kept trying to talk to her and say, yo, I need you to do this. You need to do this around the house. You know what I'm saying? We got to be doing this, da-da-da-da. Kind of trying to mold her, because she's never been married. You know what I'm saying? She's a little younger than me. She's like 4 years younger than me. And trying to do that. But, same thing wouldn't happen. And more so would meet me with aggression when I try to check her with that, or try to bring it to her attention. She'll try to deflect onto something else, as a lot of black women do. They'll deflect certain things when you bring up something or an issue, or try to push it on to something else, or bring up something else instead of just correcting the issue. Unlike a man will usually just go ahead and correct the issue. If there's something that, his wife would like him to change, for the most part, any man with, that's about his business and cares about his woman will do that. So that's what happened with her, and it got to the point where I just couldn't tolerate it. So there's nothing, and I like to tell the fellas, there's nothing more valuable than a peace of mind, especially from a woman. Some of you may be stuck with, for 18 years or so of not having a peace of mind. So the best thing is communication. And because I could no longer communicate, and she didn't want to get with my program, anybody who doesn't want to follow your rules, and you said this too, O'Shea, if they don't want to follow your rules, then they need to go on about their business. That's for men and women. Mm-hmm. If you're with a woman and she doesn't want to follow your rules or get with your program, then she needs to go. And the same thing with the woman. If you got rules and a man don't follow them, you need to get rid of that man and get you another man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should have to be with somebody that they feel like there's going to be a conflict, within that relationship and stuff like that. So what I basically learned from her is that that communication, and sometimes that you need to be sure what it is that you're doing when you're dealing with another person of the opposite sex, because it may seem cool at first, but then the true colors always come out. And in a relationship, especially when you're living with someone, you can give it time, but you need to make your wants and desires clear up front. You know, straight up off the rip. You shouldn't have to settle for nothing.
It,
That's what I learned.
and it sounds like you very mode one. So it seems like you were mode one before you even knew what mode one is. Let me ask you this. Damn, I had it on the tip of my tongue. Nigga had forgot it. Okay, now but now you are your dad's white, mom's black.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Both of your baby mamas, are they black?
Well, my and this is where I get a lot of shit about this. All right, my second baby mama is black. My first baby mom, and I hear you mention this a lot. I guess you know some. My first baby mom is Laotian. You know what I'm saying? My ex-wife is Laotian. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of
But
Laotians.
she, huh?
A lot of Laotians in California.
Yeah. She's from San Gabriel Valley, so she's from East LA. So yeah, that.
Okay.
But here's the thing: what I just thought about as I was thinking about this topic, it kind of hit me, is that, and I hate to say this, but this is just the way it is. And I just came to this epiphany yesterday by actually thinking about it. Is that a lot of the things that happen in this behavior that she has now is because she adapted, the way I see it, a dysfunctional black woman's behavior. Because all before this whole time prior to this, I had no issues, with her. I mean, we'd have arguments, but as far as she got here, she actually turned up. She adopted, and when I say, I'm not talking about all black women. When I say this, I'm saying a dysfunctional black woman's behavior, as far as my sister and the like that hung with my sister. Because my sister has been living this lifestyle for a long time. She's been married 4 times, which should be a red flag for any woman trying to take advice from a woman who's been married 4 times.
Right.
Women don't tend see women like they like that pep rally. They like that motivation they get from another woman, regardless of if this woman has shit or not. This woman could be completely fucked up, have nothing going for herself. Like the woman my wife moved in with, couldn't even pay rent. Had a teenage son, had no car, but she moved in just because she was her personal motivator, telling her she don't need no man. She could do shit on her own. Um, you know, these women actually encouraged her to leave her kids and not take care of her kids. She was spending money trying to have this apartment and this lifestyle. But it hit me yesterday when I was thinking about us doing this thing that she actually, when I look at it, her behavior changed drastically when she started hanging with my sister and these other women. Not that not that we never had. She was in the military, and all the places we had, she hung around with black women and had black friends. But these particular set of women who she was with constantly, and they egged her on, because a lot of women will try and, especially married women, will hang around with single women, and they eventually, you are who you hang around with. They'll adapt some behaviors, even if they're saying, well, I'm married. Well, they'll be like, well, you're not married tonight. This guy is trying to talk to you. Let him buy you a drink. And some women, like I said, they want that conversation. I've been told by other women, they even if it's for a night, they like to be complimented by a stranger. And that compliment could lead to fucking at the end of the day. So, you know, she adapted this behavior from my perspective. By hanging with these group of, because all of these women are dysfunctional. The main group that my sister has, my sister was the madam of the group. And because my ex-wife didn't look like anyone around here, she was able to garner a certain attention. And used to that because everywhere we've been at, we've had, it was a melting pot everywhere else we've been at. But here where we're at, she was able to garner all that attention, and she, I guess, became pretentious in my estimation, from this. But look where she's at now. She's still living in a hotel with a sugar daddy, 50-something-year-old sugar daddy. She has no car, no house, no nothing. you know. So, but that's just basically wanting that lifestyle, in which there's no longevity in that lifestyle, you know, other than you being washed up and you selling ass on Craigslist or something or Backpage. So that's the place I see, you know, that. So, and there's a lot of women out here that they want to take that temporary, you know, satisfaction of attention, and then it goes into, you know, thinking that this is how it's going to be the rest of your life, which couldn't be further from the truth.
Let me do this while we're still on. Let's get two things. Get the likes up on the video. I really appreciate everybody in the chat. 167 watching right now, 118 likes. What I would like you to do is go in the chat. You guys see that we have JR Wisdom. He's doing a marvelous interview. Let's subscribe to brother, okay? Let's help the brother out. The brother is a good YouTuber, uses a lot of good content, up and coming. Certainly, I know what it is to feel like up and coming, because this, believe it or not, last year this time, I only had 1,000 subscribers. Believe that. You know, anybody can blow up, man. Anybody can blow up. Anybody can blow up. You never know who's going to be the next, you know, next big thing. So, like I said, this time last year, I had 1,200 subscribers. Okay, so difference a year can make. So this brother might be the next 100,000, 1 million subscriber. You don't know. So it's good to treat people. Let's help them out while they're, you know, while they're coming up. So let me do this. Let's hit the YouTube button in the chat. Let's subscribe to the brother. All right. And while we're doing that, because we want to support all the black YouTubers, all the black male YouTubers that are producing content. We want to get them views. We want to get them subscribers, get them fans, and help brothers out. The brother is a very bright brother, very intelligent brother. Also, what's up, you niggas? Go ahead and hit the like button. Y'all stingy. 172 watching. 25 more people to hit that mother like button.
It's free.
It's free. And shout out to the hoes in the community. Going in on y'all again tonight. As a matter of fact, you know what? I had dissed some people yesterday, right? I deleted the video so they couldn't flag it. But don't worry, tonight I'm coming back with even something worse. So don't even trip. Roast session tonight. Businesses in the community.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, probably thought series. No. This is a new channel, man. This is a new channel. Hold on. Let me get you on this one. Yeah, this is another channel, man. You moderator on my other channel, but my other channel I'm not doing the hangouts on, only on this one. All right, so I would have talk is back. O'Shea, are you home? I don't know. Let me Kiki work something. Listen, we're back on here now. How do you feel? I mean, I gotta ask you this, because your baby mama black and your first wife got corrupted by black women.
Right.
How do you feel about dating the women of the community from now on? Like,
how do I feel about dating women from the community?
The community, yeah.
I think I mean, I think I have my own ideas about women in dating, and it's not so much like, kind of like you, I prefer black women or melanated women. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, or a woman that's in my likeness. You know, dating a woman of the community, I just think that for a lot of women, and I made a video about this, about you know, dear black women, the top 5 reasons why men aren't marrying you.
Right.
You know, and a lot of the things is because of I believe there's a chip on a lot of women's shoulders, especially black women, and a lot of times the media is telling a lot of these women how they should feel about certain things. You know, and I believe what was the sister name, Rashida, yesterday?
Yeah, Rashida.
Yeah, Rashida. You know, she made some points, and like you said, it's not that black men don't want to be with black women, but it's just that you know, some women feel like they have something to prove, you know, and they may exhibit excessive masculinity or don't want to be submissive. Like I've seen people on Facebook, and I made a comment about this, and you probably seen it a lot too. black women will say this: don't be uh, submissive to a man that won't make you, or don't do wifely duties to a man that won't make you his wife. Last time I checked, fucking a man is a wifely duty. So if you got a boyfriend and you fucking him, you're doing a wifely duty, in my opinion.
Right.
So just stop there, and that's the dumbest thing ever to say. Don't do wifely duties. So there's an automatic switch that gets turned on once you get married. That's gonna make you do wifely duties. And you could be living with a man and you getting that advice from another woman telling you don't do wifely duties. Then you shouldn't even be living with a man. But I just feel that's what I feel, that there's a chip on a lot of black women's shoulders, and a lot of black women and other women too. You fall into that Tyrone effect where you'll date these women and they'll already be with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? They want the romance, or say they want the romance, but that's not so much the case. You give it to them and then there's still a problem. There'll always be an issue. No matter what you do, you can tell a woman, I love you 50 times a day. She's beautiful, this, that, and the third. She's going to find some way to complain about you. You know what I mean? So it's not, that's just my analysis of the black woman, you know, as far as that.
Let me also ask you. Let me also ask you this, because there's been a big push with the Negro Manosphere, and I'm not talking about my website. I mean Black Manosphere, Negro Manosphere, wherever you want to call it. There's a group of brothers that got something called SY, Save Yourself, but SYSBM, Save Yourself Black Men. It's about pretty much abandoning the black community, which I am now a little more in agreement than not, because I used to be like a big, strong, proponent of, go back into the communities and take it back. But unfortunately, I think that's setting up black men for death to do that.
Right.
I don't tell brothers to do that no more. I used to say, you want to go back there and do that. I said, if you want to go set up some business, do it in an African country. Go somewhere, where you can take your skills and people will appreciate you. That's what I'm telling brothers now. But there are a lot of brothers who are out there telling brothers, don't date black women at all. Go to Poland, get a white girl. Go to Ukraine. Go to Philippines. What's your response to those men who are preaching this kind of new message that you're hearing, on YouTube now?
I got mixed feelings about that, O'Shea, because I used to think like that at one point. If you're going to live in that country, it's different. If you feel like you can't truly be a free black man in America, and you're always going to be oppressed, and you feel like there's a better, which a lot of men have done, within the past, 60 years, 60, 70 years, have ventured to other countries and have lived that life, where they can actually truly be free. Now, when you start bringing them back here, there's a chance of corruption, so to speak, by the American, liberalism within this country. Um, I wouldn't tell a black man to date or go to another country and get a wife. You know, if you had a bad experience in the States, you know, I wouldn't say don't ever give up on a black woman, so to speak. But if you just are fed up, I can't tell you who to date, and I'll never tell any man who to date. But if that's the way you feel about this country, and sometimes some people may be scared to take that leap of faith to actually move and relocate somewhere else. You know, but if you're comfortable here, and that's just something that you'd have to figure out for yourself. I can't tell a man to actually don't date black women. Because that's indicting all black women, saying that they aren't there. I'm positive there are truly a lot of black women who are on top of their shit and about their business. You know, but a lot of men, and I, like you said also, you do find femininity in a lot of these other countries. you do find some things, and whether that be you know, many black women may not be trained in certain things, and I hate to say the word trained, you know, but maybe taught certain things. Like I got a friend of mine. He's probably gonna watch this video. His wife is Dominican. He comes home and she rubs his back, rubs his feet. You know what I'm saying? Gives him a massage. Already has the food ready, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And he takes care of his woman too. It's not like that's his personal slave, because I think some black women tend to look at it as that being slavery, or being like completely submissive by rubbing your man's feet, or, you know, after you had a long, hard day coming home and he's working to provide for her. And maybe if she's got kids, trying to provide for her kids also, that may not even be his kids. So something simple as that, you know. I'm not talking about running no bath water or nothing crazy like that, but just the femininity, like you said, just the fact that this woman cares when you come home to do certain things like that. You know, clipping his nails, you know, picking ingrown hairs out of his neck or off his beard, you know, lining them up, you know, stuff like that. You know, making sure he's taken care of, pampering this man, not to the point of being submissive, but just taking care of your man, instead of just, hey, I'll pick up some Burger King and it'll be waiting for you when you get home, or, you know, I'll cook this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Just that the feminine part, and that's what I guess a lot of men say, is that that's one of the biggest things. I made a video on that too. What That's all men want from women at the end of the day is a feminine woman. You know, a feminine woman they can come home to, a beautiful feminine woman who cares about her appearance and cares about her man. You know what I'm saying? That's what men desire from a woman. He'll throw his whole wallet at you, his whole paycheck, just to
Oh
get
yeah.
feminine, just for a
Mhm.
feminine woman at the day, because there's nothing more attractive than a feminine woman. You know,
Right.
just something as sexy as you coming home, and I said this in my video. You coming home to a naked woman. You walk into your bedroom, she's already naked right there. Just something as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Some men may already get that, but understanding, you know, that a man is not a complex creature. A man is a very simple creature. You know, I think I said on the channel, keep a man's stomach full and his nuts empty. A lot of women understand this from other countries.
Right.
It's not that hard. There's nothing difficult about trying to solve this equation of what a man wants. You know, so
True.
that's how I feel about. That's what it comes down to, as far as, I guess, what they mean as far as seeking women from other countries, and they don't hear all this back talk, because I think, like you said, you can tell Americans when you're outside of the United States, you African Americans, so to speak, um, even Americans. But when we're talking about black women here, you can tell, like you said, you can joke around with black women, unlike, I guess, other black women from other countries and ethnicities. You can joke around. There's some jokes that'll just fly over other ones' heads, but you can joke around. You can tell, um, you know. But the black woman, the African American woman in herself, is a special creature who has a history of. I mean, when I say special creature, I don't mean that in a negative, you know, connotation. I mean, the history of the African American woman is not one that's, you know, a light history, not one that's been easy, one that's been very difficult. You know, I'm not taking anything away from the black woman, but that's not a reason to give attitude and to bump heads and to clash with the man, you know, or you don't want to be submissive for whatever reason, you know. So
No, that's absolutely true. And I totally agree. Let me do this. Promote this, because brothers, we have an excellent article coming out tomorrow, man, by Donovan Sharp, who
right.
retired, who writes for. And if you guys know, if you read Return to Kings, do you read Return to Kings?
Yeah, I heard.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I'm subscribed to Donovan Sharp.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Donovan Sharp, the legendary writer over at ReturnToKings.com, is also a columnist for the NegroManosphere.com. So, like I tell you, but the money you guys give us, and when you like the video, even if you don't have any money in your pocket, when you like the video, that's supporting the channel. When you share the video, that's supporting the channel. So we got 172 watching, 141 likes. If you can just like the video, that's supporting the channel. So thank you. I got 143. Brothers, we have an awesome article coming out tomorrow. I'm actually going to do a response video to it. 5 reasons why black men should date white women. Now, y'all know I'm not necessarily a big white woman dater. I never really have been. But for those of you who want to swing that way, it's going to be an awesome article, and it's going to raise some feathers, as Donovan's articles typically do. So be ready for that. Donovan Sharp also has over 80 articles published on Return to Kings. Return to Kings is the Michael Jordan website of men's rights in the white manosphere. And the white manosphere is a manosphere for the most part. So Donovan Sharp is a legendary writer over there. He writes also for us. He has over 10 columns published on our website, thenegromanosphere.com. And when you guys support the channel, when you like the video, subscribe, donate, that's what the money goes to. We have the best writers in the world. Alan Roger Curry. I think J.R. Wisdom might knock out a column or so for us because he has an ebook that he has. I bought it.
Yeah, we was talking about that. We was talking about doing that for like men's health and you know, something about, you know, for men's health and, you know, getting in the best shape and, you know, dieting properly and things like that. Yeah, we was talking about doing that.
Right, because you on your workout shit, right?
That's correct, sir.
We got to come back and do a whole show on that. So see, like I said, we got brothers who good at different things. His brother is fully talented. So we're going to do a whole exercise fitness thing. Professional Land Max does the fitness thing too.
Shout out Lance. Yeah, he's in that.
Yeah, he's in that. In the community. So before, let me do this. You guys go back into the chat. If you haven't subscribed to J.R. Wisdom, subscribe to him right now. Want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I posted the link in there. Hit the subscribe button. Shout out again to my man Open Mind. I've been knowing him for a long time. Before I was even YouTubing, we used to do blog talk radio shows together before I even thought about YouTube, man. So he been rolling with me before anybody. So shout out to my man Open Mind. Let's get the subscribers up for the brother J.R. Wisdom. Help support his channel. Comment subbed once you have done subscribing to him. J.R. Wisdom, man, I don't really have any more things to ask. I think we already did cover them all. Is there anything else that you want to say or that you want to talk about? What's on your channel? What's going on with that?
No, not really, man. I appreciate you having me on once again. You know, and I appreciate all y'all that's viewing O'Shea's channel who's subscribed to me. I know a lot of you subscribers have come from O'Shea's channel, and I appreciate the support. For those of you who've purchased the book, all the donations I've been getting, you know, I had set this goal like 3 months ago when I started, you know, really going in on YouTube, but you know, didn't really think. I hope that it would have made it to this point. But as far as back to the topic, the only thing I really want to close with is your baby. You know, if you're having difficulties or you don't feel like there's a way out as far as child support, you can always. It may be a process, but if you really care, as long as you have a stable job and a place to stay, you can always get some sort of custody. You know, it's just a matter of you doing it. You know, either you getting an attorney, you know, retaining an attorney, or you doing it yourself. You can always go to court, you know, and try to get a you know, joint custody or something of that nature. Just make sure you have your stuff together before you do it. And there has to be a reason why a judge will not grant you joint custody. Don't just give up. And if you really want to be in your child's life. If not, then oh well, don't even try. But if you really want to be in your child's life and you really want to get that child support reduced, then by all means, you know, that's a route. If you have a difficult baby mother, I have a video on that also where I kind of, you know, talk about a few more things that I might not have addressed here, that whether they be vindictive and toxic and you just can't communicate with them, and you know, you don't know how to communicate with them, you might have to block them at some point. You know, if you can't communicate with them, if you tried, which that's the only solution, you know, you might have to, as much as you hate, you might have to try and extend the olive branch if that doesn't work. If you can't squash it and just communicate for the better, which I've already tried that. It's not happening with mine because mine is just dysfunctional. My ex-wife is just dysfunctional. Just do your best communication. You'll be surprised how far that'll go. And maybe all she wants is attention from you. At the end of the day, she probably still has feelings for you, doesn't want you to move on, hates your baby mother. If you have a new one, hates your new wife, hates your girl. But if you just sit down and actually have a conversation with her, ask her out, that y'all can meet somewhere and y'all just have a conversation, maybe you can resolve all those issues. As much as y'all hate each other, y'all can probably just fix that with just a simple conversation. That's how you deal with, that's one way of dealing with it, where you don't have to go through all the bull that can come through with litigation. But I mean, that's all I got to add. Like I said, shout out all y'all who purchased my book and all that, and everybody who subscribed.
I bought it, and then it's so we definitely want to. And how much was the book again?
You can get it on Amazon.com. You just punch in it's also on my page. If you're subscribed to me, you can just go in any of the links in the description. I mean, you can go in any description on any of my videos. I have a link that goes directly to Amazon, or you can hit me up personally. My email is on there, and or you can buy them directly from me. I'll autograph it and send it directly to you. The PayPal link is in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm only charging I believe it's $12, and I'll autograph it and send it directly to you. If you get it through Amazon, I got the ebook form, because I have my own novel based upon what I was just telling y'all about. It's called Puppeteering with Heartstrings, which I go into more detail about what actually happened when I came back. And I have one, if you're trying to lose weight, called How to Lose Weight Immediately. You know what I'm saying? And that basically guides you in that direction. So you can go on Amazon. You can check me out on my profile. The link is to my author profile on Amazon. I'm listed on Amazon as j.r.edie. That's EAD as in David Y. And I'm on Facebook. Like, I got all my links in there. I'm on Facebook, j.r.wisdom. I'm on Instagram. All the links are in my description. Y'all can find that in there. But y'all can hit me up on if you want to buy it directly from me. If you're interested, you can PayPal me. If y'all know how to do that, that's on there. That's on the link is in the description. And I'll email the book directly to you, a hard copy of the book. So I mean, that's all I got, O'Shea. I appreciate it, and shout out to everybody showing the love to O'Shea and with the donations and the likes and all that. And I appreciate y'all taking time out y'all day to check this out. So
right, we still have 153 watching right now, so people are still tuned in. One thing I want to talk about, a lot of brothers, besides this, we'll have on a Xanathos clutch. I'm gonna take tomorrow off. It's a study to be a doctor, nigga, instead of black women's issues. Yeah, but I make more money than you doing this right now, nigga. So I mean, did you make $100 a day? You probably didn't, right? So let me do this. I'm gonna take tomorrow off because I did a hangout back to back to back. Friday I did one Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I've been 5 hangouts in a row, 5 interviews. It's pretty long. Take off Wednesday, so I won't do a hangout tomorrow. I'll come back on Thursday with Xanathos Clutch. Friday I'll be in Warsaw. Saturday I'll be in Warsaw, I believe. So I'll probably do one with Steve Dean Williams on Sunday. He'll come back on Sunday. Now, for the brothers who've been talking about Brazil, I'm reaching out to Charles the Tire Show.
Yeah.
About black men over to Brazil.
Right.
Marsh. So he has a channel just based off of that. Al Greasy, he's the brother who did the movie Frustrated in Brazil.
Right.
You guys see that in YouTube, man. It had over 2-3 million views. It's one of the most powerful black male documentaries in the last 10 years. It got a lot of views. He did Frustrated Part 2 with the child support system. That brother's gonna be on probably next week. So if I can get him and Charles on, that's gonna be a powerful interview. You guys want to get that information because some of you guys, I want to know how to get over to Brazil, how to support yourself in Brazil. You want to listen to that interview. So I'm gonna reach out to Charles Todd. I talked to him a few days ago. Call him back so we can get him on. I'll agree so we can get him on. JR, we're gonna try to get JR to come back on, talk about exercise.
Yo, we could talk about credit too, man. I was telling you about credit, you know, because I forgot to mention that. I think I mentioned that to you. That way we can get these brothers credit straight too. You know what I'm saying? They trying to build credit and whatnot. So.
Oh, we can definitely talk about. That's one of my favorite things to talk about is building credit. Yeah.
Right.
You know, don't if you can't afford it, don't charge a nigga. But we'll talk about that. Once again, JR, man, thanks for stopping by. I know it's a little earlier than it is here.
Yeah.
But appreciate you stopping by, man. We finally got this hangout done, and we'll do one later.
No doubt, bro.
All right, man. Peace out.
All right, peace be upon you, man.